What's up, everybody?
Hey.
This is Will.I.E.
This is Tanisha.
with the Experience Exchange. What's
T.W.
going on, everybody?
What's happening? Today is Thursday. A lot of people call this Thirsty Thursday. Do you agree with that?
Why would they call it Thirsty Thursday?
I don't know. It's a saying that I see over social media. But
What is it when people go out to a club and they're thirsty for some action or something like that?
I don't know. Thirsty can mean many things. So that's what they call it. But anyway, so listen, today's topic is one chosen by my better half, because, I've been choosing the topic, so he's getting his due today. Our topic today is the truth when bad things happen. I feel like, I'm not going to say I feel, I know there are certain times in my life when life just drags me. And I feel like I had that drag moment a couple of days ago. And I, even as someone who says that they're a Christian, still go through things. And we'll talk about the truth of when bad things happen, what do you do? What do you say? What do you not do? What do you not say?
Just because bad things happen, don't blame the creator, because the creator won't do what you expect. The will of life on earth will be carried out no matter what.
But, the truth is that, honey, most people don't know the will. They don't know.
When you say the will, what do you mean? Their will?
They don't know the will of order. Like, they don't know that the order of life will happen no matter what. We may want something.
Well, I think that the best place to start with, the truth is always the best place to start. And truth can be subjective. So how do we know what's truth? How do we know that my truth from an atheist or a Buddhist is the truth?
Well, you have to figure out, first of all, what do you believe?
True.
Belief has a huge part to play in truth. And, a lot of things we talk about is personal responsibility, which, when you're in your flesh, it's hard to be responsible for the things that you say or do. I know I have a problem with it.
I think all walks of life talks about the flesh. I think the flesh is, whether you're Christian, Buddhist, whoever it is, there's a lot of people that fast. Fasting is well known, even outside of the Christian doctrine,
Right. So I am responsible for the things that I do and I don't do. And my responsibility as a child of God, of the I am, is walking in faith. Mm-hmm. And I know, growing up in a large Black family, we have a lot of challenges. We face a lot of financial problems. We face a lot of society problems. Like, we getting together was a whole thing in itself because of other people's lives being involved. So
yeah, it's about how we got together. I take responsibility. And I think that's one of the things, the personal responsibility of faith, is that you have to take that responsibility and say, hey, you know what? I messed up. I did wrong. The way that I went about doing to succeed with my life or to continue with my life, regardless of the bad that I'd done, I became selfish and I didn't think about the chain reactions of what was happening in everybody's life that was around me, including my kids, my ex-wife, you. Because even till this very day, it started a chain reaction of negative events that still haunt you till today. And I can say that as a man, I take those responsibilities. It's all about that.
right. I know growing up, a lot of times I heard, and this was one of the biggest things I heard, is that, the devil is doing this, the devil's doing that, and blaming the devil for things that happen to us. But the truth is that the devil knows your weakness, and he will know if you jump out to something, if you're going to take the bait. He's just waiting for you to be so caught up in your flesh enough to do it. And I know that for me, it's super important that I find my strength and take actions before things happen in order to prove my situation.
Yeah, I think that's what a lot of people do, because I guess it must feel a lot better if people blame some unforeseen entity, like your car breaking down. Why would the enemy want your car to break down?
I mean, he could want it. He could want it to happen.
Yeah, but if the enemy if the creator God allows your car to be broke down, then you should understand that there's a reason why. It just wouldn't just happen and you just blame
Right,
on it out
right.
of the willy news.
It's like, oh, my car broke down. Oh, the devil trying to get me. But
Yeah,
the
like,
bottom line is that is it really about your car breaking down?
or you could have not fixed your car and the mechanic told
Correct.
you. And then you said, oh, my car break down, but you was already
But I'm
riding
gonna
on
go a
the
step
prayer.
further, right? Even knowing that you didn't fix your car has not broken down,
Mm-hmm.
but what is happening to you? How are you going to handle it? Is also a part of that, right?
That is the truth, because now that's what we're talking about, responsibility. Now you take on a responsibility, say, man, my car broke down simply because I didn't fix it. Even when I had the money, even when the creator blessed me with the money, I did not fix it. So now this is why my car broke down. Don't say, oh, my car broke down. You know, God gave me the money, but I had to do something
Right.
else. God knows my heart. No, God gave you that money to fix that car.
Well, the truth is that, so saying all that is, I'm going to take personal responsibility in my faith, but truth has to accompany that when I do take responsibility.
Yeah. Our faith taught us that while we pray for guidance, we must also take responsibilities for our actions.
Yeah.
Blaming an unseen evil for our hardships doesn't help us at all. It doesn't help us grow.
Yeah.
Instead, we find to strengthen our faith and take proactive steps to improve our situation, not make it worse, not do the blame game, not just make ourselves feel better
But it
for
just
that
makes
moment.
me feel better when I blame
That's
somebody else.
Why would you want to feel better? It's like an alcoholic drinking, and then when he wakes up in the morning, guess what? His problems
Well,
are
you
still
know,
there.
feeling better also allows me to back away from the truth. Like I'm gonna, oh, yep, the devil did it, or yep, I like going farther away gives my flesh peace. But is it really about that? It's not. It's not. It's about me saying, Tanisha, you knew better, right? But thanking God for the challenges that he faces, it really makes me understand that because he's put me in the position to be responsible, those who know better do better.
Yeah, because our faith encourages us to take personal responsibility rather than attributing every challenge to an evil force. And there are evil forces out there. For those of us that don't know us, you know, Will.I.E and T. Williams. I think she want to change her name. She said,
Yeah, I don't like T. Williams.
like T.
Y'all give me
Williams,
some
so
ideas, because
we
T.
might-
Williams, I don't feel it connecting. So probably not going to keep it, but give me some ideas if you have some.
Well, anyway, whether you like T. Williams or not, but we are, you know, we believe in the higher power. We believe in God. We believe in the Creator. We believe that Yeshua died on the cross. You know, we can say Jesus, that's the English name for it, but we believe in that. So if you don't agree with that, then that's fine. That's what we believe in. We don't knock your beliefs. We don't knock whatever your
No.
lifestyle is, whatever your choice is. You know, we're not those type of people that said, hey, you know what? I don't want to be around you. Yeah, to a certain point, because if you're practicing intentional evil, I
Right.
definitely don't want to be around you.
No.
Definitely don't want to be around you.
And, you know, a lot of times, because, you know, being diagnosed with lupus last year, a lot of people ask me, matter of fact, somebody asked me last night who's also going through autoimmune, I guess, being diagnosed. And she was like, did you ever question God?
Like, that's what I would like to know. Like, what was, even though I was there with you every step of the way, I was seeing you struggle and I was seeing the pain that you was going through. And boy, that was like a difficult time for me. What was really going through your head? Like, I never asked you that. Was it any like doubt? Like, was you feeling like sorry for yourself? Like asking why? Like, what was going on?
I felt sorry in my truth.
What do you mean?
So I thank God for the mind that he's given me, because through my relationship with him, it allows me to see the truth immediately. So from the first day when I couldn't get up out of bed, the first thing that I knew was because of what I ate. Like I tell people all the time, I'm addicted to food. And I know that all my bad food choices put me in this position. So I didn't have time to blame God. I could only blame myself. And in that,
Well, let me go ahead. I'm sorry.
No, I'm just saying. So me blaming myself allows change to happen. If I'm trying to blame God, what is that going to solve? Because at the end of the day, I can't change God. I can only change me.
But people somehow in their mind think that they can change God, or they have a mind frame of what the creator God should do and how he should do it. That's why a lot of
No,
people don't even serve nor believe in
no.
God.
I think the reason that a lot of people don't serve God is because it's against our flesh to have order.
Nah, people have order.
No, not
I know
like
a lot of people
not
that
like
have order.
order like you're supposed to have when you follow him. Not that kind of order. Like order in our flesh is not the same as order in our spirit. It's two different things, because order in my spirit would never allow me to get to a point where I'm about to die because of what I'm eating, right? So that truth in my flesh of I'm going to ignore it every single day. I'm going to keep feeding it. I'm going to keep making it feel good, but at what cost? Not only could I have died physically, but of course I was dying spiritually because I was rejecting order.
So you recognized that when you were in pain. How long was it? Immediately? Was it over the course of the week? Because
The
man,
first
we
day.
we suffered from it was
Like,
what, 3 months, 2
yeah,
months?
March, April, May, June, July. Yeah, it took me 4 months before I got to the doctor.
When did that really, when you came to that realization of understanding? What is it, like the first week, the first day, the
See,
second month?
and here's the thing about when things and bad things happen in your family. You you're questioning, like I didn't question God. I question if I have to go through this, right? The unknown. What is the purpose? Like what's on the other side? I knew it was to change my eating habits and to recognize what I was doing was a problem. But for me, I think it was more than that. It was, Tanisha, I need you to be still, because sometimes when we're so bustled with life, we can't hear God the way we should.
Yeah, I agree with that. Sometimes I find myself, a lot of times, like I've just slowed down to try to do us and do me, and even now it's hard because it's like I'm a habitual worker. Like it's
You're
hard.
working like a slave and rowing.
Whatever, man.
But you do
anyway,
work a lot.
Yeah, I do work a lot. But anyway, our belief in our creator has a grand design that helped us understand, at least me, not everything is a result of some marveling entity. Sometimes things just happen, and it's part of the natural order of life. Like she said, what's your favorite word? Life be what?
Life be lifing.
Life and be life, and you can't stop life.
But
Life is
God
that journey.
be God. That's my saying.
Along the way when you mess up. For those of you that believe in God, I know you guys always say, well, why does he always say that? Because, man, there's a lot of people that do not believe in God. They don't want to hear about the God life, and I'm okay with that. I mean, I don't never push my belief on anybody, but if they come to me and ask me, I have some points and I have some things that I can pretty much tell you. So I can meet you on both sides, with or without God. But it's all going to bring you all back in a full circle, because guess what? He's the creator of all, no matter how much you look at it.
Right. Some things are just out of our control, right? There's some things that evil doesn't take a part in, but every single thing that happens or doesn't happen to us, evil can come in and make it worse, right? It's a lot of peace finding and pushing forward with purpose.
Yeah, because accepting that some of the events that are beyond our control and not the work of evil helps us find peace and move forward, and with resilience. Like it helps you, it motivates you, because just always thinking some entity. Just think about it. If life be life and there's an evil entity out there,
Life
which
be
there
lifing.
is. But that evil entity doesn't want your car or your house or all that other stuff, because that's accessible by anybody. Anybody can get that. Anybody can make money to get that. But it's when you're tempted to do the things to not pay your car note or your house note or whatever it may be, or something happens and you're not really paying attention and you're not praying and you're not doing what you're supposed to do, and then next thing you know, everything starts falling apart. It's always a reason, and that reason is not some evil entity that's out there,
Right,
that you're blaming every time.
You know what? I just thought about something that I never realized about all this, is that all of the things that happen when life be lifing, the goal is because it wants it wants your mind.
Yes.
It wants your mind.
Because
Like,
with
at
the
the
mind,
end of the day,
because with the mind, who do you serve?
yeah, it serves the
God.
world.
No. With the mind, we serve God. Without the mind, we can't serve God. If you're not in your right mind, you can't do anything.
Okay, but
That's
they want your mind. Yes, you serve God with your mind, you serve him with your heart and all and physical.
Mm-hmm.
But the reason that they attack your mind is because it's the easiest thing. It's
Yes.
the easiest entity of you to go after. Like they can go after your physical, but people can recover from that. He can't come at you spiritual if you're doing and being obedient to God. So the reason that the mind has to be attacked is because when you are in the world, it is the most connected to it.
Yeah, but you know what the truth is about that also? The truth about that for me is that my mind is the first thing that I give up. I don't protect my mind. I don't give it around
But that's what I'm saying, because of the fruits of the flesh, like it does. It's acceptable. You can't do anything to protect your mind. The only thing,
because I remember all the time, like you said, Willie, like your favorite words to me is like what? Willie, do you really
what?
like when I'm saying something when you having me want to think? Like you say, Willie, you really want to say that? Is that what you really want to say?
Right, because I have to make sure that I'm talking to Willie. Like I'm not talking to the Willie that's in his flesh.
Then I used to just go off, but then now I stop and think and say, hold on, wait a minute, what did I say? What am I doing? Because I give my mind away so easy. I give it to the enemy so easy. Like, I don't protect my mind. And a lot of time out there, we don't protect our mind.
That's
because
why we
want to
give
into that anger. We want to give into that thing that feels good. We want to give into the burdens of the flesh. Like that's what we want to do. Even Buddhists know that when they're on a fast. Even Gandhi knew this. Even all the people that were enlightened in this world knew that they had to fast. They knew what they had to do in order to do this journey. Even to right now, when you're dealing with monks that are of a Buddhist and a Hindu nature, they go on a fast to pure themselves away from the world, away from talking, away from foods, away from everything.
But do you realize that I just also saw something?
What?
They're never by themselves.
Yes.
That's why the Bible says gather
Community.
2 and 3 in my name. Because if you're by yourself, the mind has a stronger chance to win.
Yes.
Yeah.
The community of the body. That's why it's called the body, right? Because the community support is rooted in faith.
Yeah. And you can't, when you're in that dark place, you can't be by yourself. Like it's the worst thing. Like we go blaming others, blame ourselves, and then we forget about prayer and being in fellowship and practicing opening our Bible, fasting and praying. We forget all of those things and we can't forget it. That's why it's good to tell someone, I need help.
Yeah, but the enemy done made it so bad. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
When I say enemy people, I'm talking about those evil forces that are out there.
Evil forces.
Yeah.
All of them.
They made it so bad that you can barely trust people. So it's like, who do I trust? I'll talk to this person. Could this person? Because the reality of it is that sometimes the people that you can be talking to so close can put the juju on you.
Ooh, juju.
No, I'm gonna call Mary Maid. They Mary Maid you. You know what I'm saying?
I don't even know what that means. What do you mean, Mary Maid?
That means that they.
Le je ne sais quoi?
I don't even know what that means.
It's the special sauce.
Yeah, the special sauce. That's what they put on you. And they don't do it intentionally, but because of that energy that's from them, that negative energy, it just jumps on you. This is why you got to be prayed up and fasted up. For example, in our family, whenever a crisis hit, we used to fuss and fight all the time, but I've noticed
we
that
still fuss and fight. Don't.
We fuss and fight more than we used to. I mean, less than what we used to.
That's
all right,
true.
no, we're a family. We're gonna always fuss and fight. But I realized that when a crisis comes and it really hits each other, we do pull together, and that's what she's talking about. That faith, that community for support. Instead of looking for someone else and something to blame, we focus on how we can support one another through prayer, fellowship, practical help. The collective faith and solidarity of having somebody always being our backbone,
But the truth is that unless we go through things, we wouldn't know what strength is. We wouldn't know with perseverance. And my outlook on my life is the more I suffer, the greater my faith will be. That's how I feel. So
you really feel that way?
I
Or you
do
just
feel
saying
that.
that? Because
No, I really do feel
find
that
that
way.
when a lot of people say that, they just be saying that until
No.
they go through something and they questioning it and they telling
My
themselves, "Why
favorite
me?"
quote is, and you should know, if I have a choice between extreme happiness or extreme sorrow, I'm going to always choose sorrow. I've said it for the last 20
I
years.
don't. That must have been when I was on autopilot.
No, must have been.
Yeah, I'm on autopilot.
But the reason I say that is because when we're in the world, we forget about the things of God. We forget about spiritual things. We forget about the obedience that we need to have. Just because we're doing well shouldn't mean we should stop serving God and stop having faith and stop having all those things that God wants us to have for his purpose.
Okay, so how do you react to the crisis that's in your life right now then? Because I'm your husband, and I've been and I feel your energy, and I'm like, man, and I know I was getting on your nerve asking you, are you all right? Because you're dealing with this job situation and everything.
Right, but a lot of times
But
you
I'm
want
thinking
to.
that I'm just gonna be honest with you. Can I be honest with you?
Yes.
I think you're about to give up on the creator because it's your hope.
Wow.
It's like you be up and then you be down, and then I'll be like, man, like
Listen,
I wish I could just give you the world, but I can't.
no. The enemy expects, because I have a temporary moment of weakness, that is like he can take me. Like I said, I know people are not strong like me. I have moments, but I will never stay there. Like, you should know. How many times have I experienced bad things in my life for the last 20
You
years?
experience a lot of bad things.
Exactly, but you should know I never stay there.
But it's not that I don't think like that. Like, I don't be thinking like, oh, she doesn't stay there. I'm thinking of how can I help you? What can I do?
But sometimes it just needs to be me and God. It can't be me, you, and God.
I think being married, I'm just gonna keep it real, and being in love and really loving someone and really sharing that part of your life with someone. Like for me, because this is all new emotions and feelings and being.
Oh, we established in a couple of episodes that you
It's
didn't
like-
have that many emotions. So today we got them.
I mean, I have emotions.
Okay, so
like I'm just telling you right now, like it makes me feel like I want to just. It makes me feel like
you want to give up too?
no. Like I want to just go slap them people at them jobs and just say, "Hey, don't you know who you really losing?" And when we on Facebook or
No.
something like that, and then somebody's just not, and you get like a 1 like
But
or
that's
2 like,
me.
I want to say, "Don't y'all know this could be your best friend, and all the people that you're with are just fake." Like for real, man. And when you're going through and I see that you're super. Those who I'm gonna say this and I'm gonna say
Oh,
this. We're gonna
gosh.
broadcast
Listen.
this live, right?
No.
My wife is super smart, but yet she's super dumb sometimes.
Wow.
Like she's super smart.
I'm
I think the
super
smarter
smart
you
and
are,
super dumb.
because I do dumb stuff too. Like, I think the more smarter you are, the more dumb stuff you do. I call it smart dummy. Like for real.
I'm a smart dummy.
No, you're not a smart dummy.
You just called me a smart dummy.
I'm saying you smart, but you do some dumb stuff.
Listen, you see what I do is dumb because it's not the way you handle it.
That is true.
But it doesn't mean when I do dumb things, there isn't something smart that's going to come out of it.
Yeah, I don't recognize that because I'm always want to be saving. I always want to save
But
you.
you can't save. You can save me to the best of your ability. But we talking about personal responsibility. It comes to a point where I have to take responsibility for myself, but I will never do that if I have you as a safety net.
Yeah, that's where we at right now, people, in our lives.
Literally. I really am probably the lowest I've ever been with myself when it comes to finances. But I know on the other side of that, there is a meaning and purpose when I hold on to my faith.
Yeah, let's talk about that. Finding meaning and purpose and faith.
I'm going to always know that when I live most of my life in God's purpose, things happen for me. Like me doing my Bible study again. If it wasn't for that, I probably would not be mentally
But
cool. I wouldn't.
But you almost gave it up because on your little group, them people were saying that, women are not supposed to teach. And you was like,
Well,
really? Is that true? You was like, am I supposed to not teach my Bible study?
I know with a shadow of a doubt, I'm supposed to help women. I've known since
But
I
you
was a
could
little
help women.
girl.
It's just that a woman is not to have authority over men. That's what
I
the
don't
Bible
have
speaks.
authority. I'm literally just on
But I'm
Facebook
just
talking
saying,
about the word.
like when you had said that, that was the first thing clicked in my head. I was like, oh, here we go. Because every person that goes to there, because people got their beliefs, man. Like people have their faith. Like finding meaning and purpose in faith. Like you have to understand, our belief in loving our Creator gives us a sense of purpose.
Yes.
Even when faced with unexplained tragedies or things that's happened in our life. And so what's happened is like when you had said that, I immediately knew and say, oh my gosh, man, she's gonna give us, she's doing good on her little thing on her Bible study. She need to keep going. So I just let you read it for yourself and think it for yourself. That's why I didn't really say a whole lot, because you need to figure some things out for yourself.
And I'm okay with that. And, you know, a lot of people I've seen down my timeline have lost a lot of people. Like, that's all I see now. If I don't see death once a day, like 10 years ago, you didn't see death as much. I know I didn't. But every day I see an obituary or I see somebody who's lost somebody tragically. And I've known close people to me who have lost children. You know, I've never been in that position. I've never been in that predicament. But I'm sure a lot of people would get mad at me that if I ever lost one of my children, of course it would destroy me. But it would also give me joy, because if God took my child, it means that they fulfilled their purpose on earth.
That's the right way to look at it, but you can also look at it the way the Bible says it is. Once a man to live, once a man to die.
Right.
Like
We all
you
gotta
guys
go.
should already know that if you're going to live and the first time you're born, that baby that's born that's crying is going to eventually die. Or whether that baby is going to die before you or you before that child is something to say. See, for example, when we lost a loved one unexpectedly, our fate helped us see is a part of a larger, incomprehensible plan.
Yeah.
This belief that there is a divine purpose behind every event, even the painful ones, help us cope and find meaning. And I think that's what we always try to find, meaning in every little
We
thing.
can't find meaning
You can't.
in pain when you are in your flesh.
That is correct.
There is no way that you can look at something bad and be like, what's the meaning? But the truth is that if you are in the spirit, it's possible.
True.
But if you in your flesh, you never won't.
No. You'll find a earthly meaning or a fleshly meaning or a meaning that means something to you, but you're just going to get right back into that same trap, that illusion that you've been in before.
I know that his ways are not my ways and his thoughts are not my thoughts. So, Willie, if that's the case, then my plans is to help women. What if that's not God's purpose and plan? Because that's my thoughts.
Well, you already helping women. The first thing you should have did was make sure that was what the Creator God wanted you to do.
That's just it. I know that's what he wants me to do.
Oh, so what's the point?
What I'm saying is that if the Bible says that his thoughts are not my thoughts and his plan is not my plan, maybe it's not just helping women.
On your journey, when you helping women, it's going to be a broader plan, because you never know what the Creator is going to do. So you just got to be available. You got to be there. Trusting in the Creator plan provides confidence and helps us find purpose, reinforcing the idea that not all negative events are caused by evil, man. Not all negative events are caused by some unforeseen force in our lives. Understand that. That's who we are as people. We always got to find some kind of complex reason, some reason for this. And sometimes life just be lifing.
Life just be lifing.
It's a
God
journey.
will
Life
just
is
be
a journey.
God.
You never know what's going to happen. You got to keep going.
So here's the thing, is that what if bad means good and good means bad?
We're in a lot of trouble if that's the case.
That's not true. Because if something bad happens to me in my flesh, but because of who God is, through mercy and grace, he could turn it into good. Couldn't that make it true?
Yeah.
Right? Mm-hmm. Because if we use the example of me getting sick, right? Like, I got a disease and it is bad. But what happened in that?
But it's not that bad because
I mean, I guess it's not that
there
bad.
was no
It could have been worse.
traces. Your blood cells was all normal. Everything was all
Right.
normal. You was doing what you was supposed to do, and then all of a sudden, bam! You got Superwoman. You wanted to go pick up some weights.
Yeah. What was I thinking trying to lift 85 pounds? I don't know. But I was just so excited. I was pumped.
She should have started with the doctor told her she should have started with 20.
Yeah. But I just got crazy and lifted and messed up my shoulder. But the thing is that if I would have never gotten lupus, I probably would never be where I'm at, where I love going to the gym. Like, it's part of my routine.
Or eating healthy or
Right.
keep striving to eat healthy.
Correct. Actually taking offense and saying no to certain things about my food. You know, I still don't eat 100%. My goal one day is to be plant-based, but I can say, like today, we went to Golden Corral and I wanted some ice cream. And I was like, oh my gosh, I can't wait. I'm reading my food. But my thing is that I feed my body the good first. So when I go to have the bad won't be as bad because I'm full off the good stuff. That's my ideology.
Yeah, I'm getting too fat.
You know, maybe one day you'll join me, but that probably won't be no time soon.
But not plant-based. I'm a carnivore. I'm sorry.
That's not true. You can definitely. I'm a carnivore too. I can eat meat.
I don't want to stop eating meat. I'm sorry. It's just what it is. I'm sorry. But I eat more vegetables and I exercise more and watch the amounts I eat.
You're going to exercise?
I'm going to start off slow. I'm going to walk up and down the stairs.
That is something you got to do no matter what. Stop it.
I'm going to do it extra. I'm going to walk up the long flight of stairs that we got. We got what? 1, 2, 3, 4 flights of stairs, man. Like we climb every day.
So the complexities of life and the will of God will put us to a point where we're confused if we try to sit there and figure it out.
Yeah, our faith teaches us that while not every bad thing is the work of an evil entity, it's through personal responsibility.
Yep. And I know that I have to accept the things that happen. I have to lean on the people that support me. And I have to find a purpose knowing that my faith will help me navigate it. And without my faith, I'm dead.
Yeah, so challenges, man, for real.
So what is your truth about your will of the life, Will?
My truth rooted in what?
What's your truth?
I can really say that my truth at the beginning was not, no matter if I was in church for a long time, was not rooted in God. It was rooted in myself. Even like right now when we was having hard times and we was about to move back down south to the dirty south.
Was that like 90 days ago?
90 days ago, man.
Yeah, almost 4 months ago. Yep. Like literally we were going to sell everything.
Pack up,
move back
and move to Beverly, well, not to Beverly,
Texas.
To the southern state. Yep.
We were going to do that. And I guess God's purpose said, no, stay.
No.
And he created ways and avenues to be able for us to
be here.
Be here.
Future.
I feel like Vancouver's my home. Like, I know you might not agree with that, but I love it here. And I don't see how I could ever live anywhere else besides traveling on an RV.
Vancouver is not my home.
I'm telling you.
Is this the ends to a mean? As soon as my daughter graduate, I'm sorry, baby, we out of here.
Listen.
And if the Creator God blesses us with money to buy a house out here, we can have a
small house,
a house out here, and come out here for summers or whatsoever. But man, stand out here during the winters, man. Oh no!
I love where I live.
Anyway, people, this is it for the day.
We're done.
Just remember, man. Like everything that we're saying. Stop blaming the enemy for all your faults and everything. Like the truth when bad things happen. Like the truth of it is that most of the time it's you.
Yeah. And we have to know that at the end of the day, no matter what we see in front of us, if we look with our spiritual eyes and have faith in others, something than we see, there is definitely going to be something good that comes out on the end. But it starts with you.
And stop living life blindly, man. Like, for real. Find out such things. If you're trying to find purpose, find out. If you believe in God, the Creator God, the biblical God, right? Find the purpose. Hear the voice.
And if you don't believe in God, figure out what you believe in.
Figure out what you believe in, what you have faith in, even if it's just yourself. But I think I want to leave on this note. There's order, like she said, there's order in everything you do.
Yep.
And you have to be honest with that thing that you do or believe in, no matter who it is, no matter what you're going through.
Absolutely.
For real.
I know that I have a purpose in this life, and I'm going to use it no matter what comes in front of me to live the life that God says that I deserve.
I hope you do, babe.
We will.
All right.
Together.
All right, you guys, on to the next episode on the Experience Exchange. This is Will.I.E.
And this is...
She gonna figure it out.
We gonna figure it out.
But for right now, T. Williams.
Have a good day. Peace.